Hello! We're back with week 2 of the Team Builder. And it's going to be a spicy matchup this week. I'm against the amazing Appletun, which I will put the matchup on the side like I always do. And yeah, honestly, let's get right into the team building. You know, Appleton's got quite a lot of good mons, but the one thing they do lack is a very good fairy. Like, they really don't have a good fairy. So I hope to abuse that in this matchup. But yeah, they do have some threats. I mean, you know, Zamazenta Crown body press sets always gonna be an issue for us. But you know, we persevere. First up, we got Iron Valiant. The Red Iron Twin Blade makes its week 2 return. It's always a good mon in most matchups. I don't think there will be a matchup this season where I don't bring it because it looks really nice into everyone's team in some retrospect. This set, we're running choice specs this week. We've got Vacuum Wave, we've got Thunderbolt, we've got Moonblast, we've got Aura Sphere. This thing outspeeds everything but Zamac and also like Scarf Me and Shao. And obviously other Scarfs like Scarf Ogapon, all that. It should outspeed all of them if they aren't Scarfed. Just firing off Vacuum Waves for the Zamazenta C, Thunderbolt for the Moltres, which is the only thing to be able to resist my dual stabs of Aura Sphere and Moonblast this week. It honestly just does a really decent job of just clicking buttons into Appletun's team. It's very dependent on what they bring. Thunderbolt can also be for Vaporeon for hitting super repetitive damage, so I definitely appreciate that. And that will be Iron Valiant for this week. Next up, I decided to go with a counter to Zamac and various other physical attackers like Ogapon and Alola Mark and Mian Shao. I decided to go with Corviknight. Corviknight is running the leftovers this week because it doesn't really. I don't think Corv is ever running like many different items. You know, I think it's mainly just always leftovers like covert cloak in case you're covering for stuff. And, you know, heavy duty boots, I guess. It really doesn't need to, though, because it's not even weak to rocks. Anyways, we've got pressure this week because, you know, stalling out those Ivy Cudgels from Ogapon and those CCs from Mian Shao is very useful. If this thing's in the late game and there's no Moltres alive, at least, I can just set up iron defenses. If it's mainly consisting of physical attackers, which Appleton's team does, it consists of a lot of physical attackers. I just set up an iron defense, and then I just go to town with body press. I mean, nothing's doing great into body press except Moltres, which I have said before. Like, I need this thing downed, and then Corviknight can just do amazing. Next up, we have Godfrey, the Incineroar. Now, this thing, it's very good with a Chople Berry because it's able to, you know, take a CC, maybe a body press from Mian Shao or Zamac, and also taking a Drain Punch from Alola Monk. It's really useful into those mons I've decided to just put, you know, 204 defense with Impish Nature and 252 HP. We are not running boots this week, which might be an issue into the Terrapagos, but I hope it won't become an issue. We've got 52 attack in order to try and 2-ko a Gudra Hisui and an Alola Muck, if they are the Assault Vest variant, which means I can, most of the time I can be Earthquake 2-koing if they're like specially defensive instead of physically defensive. If they're physically defensive, it might take 3, but honestly, I'm fine with that. We've got knockoff for removing boots off the Milotic because we are bringing hazards this match with another one of our mons. We have Will-O-Wisp for burning mons after we've obviously eaten our Tropical Berry and taken an attack, just, you know, weakening them on after Intimidate plus Will-O-Wisp. It won't be doing a lot of damage. And then we've got Parting Shot for the pivoting, because it obviously Parting Shot's just an amazing pivoting move because you just get out of there and also lower your opponent's stats. Next up, we have our resident Terrapagos counter, Milotic. Milotic looks really nice in this matchup. I've gone with Marvel Scale because if I go with Marvel Scale, it means that Moltres. If Moltres burns me, I just get a defense buff and I can be even more menacing. I've got Haze, I've got Flip Turn, I've got Scold, I've got Recover. Haze is going to be able to get rid of the stat buffs that Terrapagos can gain from Calm Mind, which did give me a little bit of trouble in mocks at first. So we definitely are packing Haze to make sure that thing isn't just rapid spinning and Calm Minding across our whole team, because it does really good into our whole team. We've got leftovers there. We obviously got Flip Down for the pivoting, Scold for that burning, because Scold's just an amazing move. And of course we have Recover, because, you know, longevity. It's nice to have. It's mostly specially defensive. Decided to put 60 in defense in case obviously we do get burned by that Moltres. Next up we have the Choice Scarf Garchomp. Now, you remember when I said that they don't really have a good fairy? We're bringing Choice Scarf Outrage with Adamant to this matchup. Now, this thing should be able to outspeed a +1 Terrapagos after it has obviously rapid spun. I also am packing Stealth Rocks in order to set them up when I threaten something out with my Dual Stabs or Stone Edge. Obviously, we've got EQ, we've got Outrage, and we have Stone Edge, which will be very good in threatening out a large majority of Appletun's team. Next up, and finally, we have Jolteon, also known as Luck Voltia. Rocking the Life Orb. This thing does great with Terra Ground, Terra Blast for that, Alola Muck and Hisui Gudra that usually walled it. It will now be able to hit them for super effective damage. It will still do a decent chunk, rather than just spamming Thunderbolts and Volt Switches, which won't do a lot of damage into these special walls. So, yeah, we're packing Thunder Wave in case we can outspeed Zamazenta, maybe, T-Wave that thing down, maybe T-Wave on a switch, just hinder some of the mons that they can run Scarf on, like Ogerpon and Mienshao, which really contrasts with going with Choice Specs Valiant, because after I T-Wave some of these mons that would usually outspeed Valiant, I can then just click buttons with Valiant, as I have said about Valiant before. Obviously, we're running near max speed with Timid to outspeed that Zamazenta Crown, to also hit it with a super effective Terra Blast Ground. Obviously, going with 16 HP and max special attack. Anyways, that will be the team breakdown for Appletun this week. I'm really sorry. As I'm recording this, I'm sorry that I have not been uploading for a while. Turns out my mic broke, and I had to get this new one. That's why I sound a lot. I hope at least that I sound a lot better. But yeah, I've got this brand new mic. It's amazing. Asta J recommended it to me. An amazing guy. But anyways, enough yapping. I'll be sending you over to the battle portion of the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Welcome back to week 2. Okay, we are about to show down with none other than Appletun, and I can't wait to get into this shit, man. It is going to be the hypest shit ever. Okay, let's do this. The team building portion will be before this, like it was last video. And okay, this is the team we see. A lot of things I saw in mocks did not come to this, apparently. I did not see Vaporeon or Gudra H in mocks. I did see I saw Muckalola, so there was that. So I don't know what I should expect here. I mean, I'm assuming these things will just be Spadef invested, because they can take on my team really well. But I do have fighting coverage on my Iron Valiant, and I do have electric coverage for Vaporeon. So I should be fine, realistically. And I think what I do is I just lead off with luck. This thing could be scarfed. So I think what I do is I immediately swap. Because I don't know if this thing's going to be scarfed or not. And I want to make sure that this thing won't be outspeeding me. Okay, so that means it's not Lorb. Which helps me a lot in figuring out what it can be. Definitely can be, what's it? It can definitely be that one set. Scarf set. That's what I meant. Oh, we get the burn off. I'm absolutely happy with that. Thunderbolt. Okay. That's not amazing, considering that it's like... Oh, he tried to go for the predict there. Okay, so I'm guessing he tried to predict I'd swap into, like, I don't know. Honestly, don't know what you could have suspected that I swapped into. But we're just going to flip turn. I want to see what happens if I do this. I think this is fine to just go into... I'm going to say I go into you. Because you can't tank any Q. I get out rocks for some gradual chip. So, yeah. Okay, nice. This thing comes out. I think we just do the same events. We just go into this thing. We roost up. Yeah, that's probably scarfed, I assume. Body press can one-shot this thing now. Nice. First kill of the game. And Corviknight's just climbing that rank, that ladder. Ooh, no boots. That's a dagger. That is definitely a dagger. I'm just gonna scold. I don't know why you just don't go Vaporeon here, because Vaporeon's so free, but we take out Moltres, I guess. This thing takes rocks, so that means it no longer has the chance to... We're just gonna haze. Okay. Meteor beam. Okay, that's fine with me. Haze. You ain't doing nothing to me, baby. Don't not. And that Turbo Ghost should be gone now. I'm just gonna haze now, just in case. And then we're just gonna flip turn out. It Aura Spheres and... Okay. It is unfortunate because my opponent did say they were sick. I mean, I didn't ever really... I didn't schedule for this because they just said they would say I can do it whenever. So I was gonna give them more time. But they wanted me to go earlier, so... Anyways, I'm gonna go to... I think I just... I think I just go... I'll go Godfrey. I mean, Vaporeon probably comes in. I think I just Will-O-Wisp this because... Oh, I'm guessing he probably predicted that. Oh no. So now that thing's burnt for him. Yeah, he failed his prediction. I eat it with a Troupple, and you know what? In times like these, I think I might just bust out luck. I absolutely love luck. Terra Blast. Nice. Okay, we'll get the Volt Switch. Boom. I'm gonna go into you. I think this thing can one-shot like two things. Can it one-shot this thing with Outrage? It can two-shot. How much Ice Beam be doing? That is if you're max Fist F. Sometimes in life you gotta take risks. Ooh. yeah, told you. Sometimes in life, we take risks. And I'm gonna go to you now. It's time to iron defense up. We get that roost off. And then we just body press this. GG. Man, that was very short. I mean, great playing to my opponent. I'm sure they definitely had some tricks up their sleeve. I mean, that rock polish meteor beam, it was actually giving me some it was definitely giving me a bit of trouble, because if this thing had T-Bolt, I'm sure it could probably just sweep the whole of my team, which is why I had haze on this thing, just in case it was like a Carmine rapid spin variant, or just a rock polish and meteor beam as it was. And yeah, I mean, the Oakwood Oshawods, they've claimed their second victory this season. And hopefully I shall see you next week with our week 3 battle, which is against, I think it's against a gamer person. So I shall definitely see you then, when we face off against a gamer person who was the runner-up for season 2 of the VDL. And as I said, with that being said, subscribe, like, and I will see you guys next week. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.